Hello, it's Chaplain McGarris.
And this is Sergeant Walker, your religious affairs specialist.
And today we want to go over a few things that will give you the power to save a life. Pain isn't always obvious, but most suicidal people show some signs that they're thinking about suicide. The signs may appear in conversations, through their actions, or in social media posts. If you observe one or more of these warning signs, especially if the behavior is new, has increased, or seems related to a painful event, loss, or change, step in or speak up.
Some of the warning signs are reckless behavior, increased alcohol or drug use, talking about wanting to die or suicide, uncontrolled anger, no sense of purpose, giving away possessions, anxiety or agitation, sudden mood changes, withdrawal, talking about being a burden to others, feeling hopeless, desperate, or trapped.
Remember that if you see a warning sign, it is a cry for help. And it's up to each and every one of us to take action. We must speak up. We must find the words. We may say something like this.
Are you thinking of ending your life?
Few phrases are as difficult to say to someone, but when it comes to suicide prevention, none are more important. Today, we're going to talk about some of the ways to get that conversation started. Now, before starting the conversation with someone you're concerned about, be prepared. Have a list of crisis resources on hand. We're going to provide some of those resources at the end of this video. Practice what you will say. Plan the conversation for a time when you won't be in a hurry and can spend time with the person. You might start the conversation by saying,
I've noticed that you've mentioned feeling hopeless a lot lately.
Mention the actual signs that prompted you to ask about suicide. This makes it clear that you're not asking out of the blue, and it makes it more difficult for the person to deny that something is bothering them. After they share with you about how they are feeling, you might say,
sometimes when people feel like that, they are thinking about suicide. Are you thinking about suicide?
Don't be afraid to ask directly about suicide. Talking about suicide does not put the idea in someone's head, and usually when we ask, they will be relieved. Asking directly and using the word suicide establishes that you and the person at risk are talking about the same thing, and it lets the person know that you're willing to talk about suicide. So ask the question.
Are you thinking about ending your life?
You may phrase the question in many different ways, but if the answer is yes to your direct question about suicide, stay calm. Don't leave the person alone until further help is obtained. If they did say yes, one way to help them is to listen to them, express concern, and third, reassure them. You could continue the conversation like this.
I can't imagine how tough this must be for you. I understand when you say that you aren't sure if you want to live or die, but have you always wanted to die? Well, maybe there is a chance you won't feel this way forever. I can help.
It will be important for you to listen to the reasons a person has for both living and dying. Validate that they are considering both options and underscore that living is an option for them. Next, you want to express concern like this.
I am deeply concerned about you, and I want you to know that help is available to get you through this.
Let the person know that you care. Letting them know that you take their situation seriously and you are genuinely concerned about them will go a long way in your effort to support them. Next, you want to create a safety plan. You might ask something like this.
Do you have any weapons or prescription medications in the house?
Ask the person if they have access to any lethal means, weapons, medications, etc., and help remove them from the vicinity. Now, another friend or family member or even a law enforcement agent may be needed to assist with this. Remember, don't put yourself in danger. If you are concerned about your own safety, call 911. But next, you want to ask them,
is there someone you can call if you think you're going to act on your thoughts of suicide?
Create a safety plan together. Ask the person what will help keep them safe until they meet with a professional. Part of the plan is to get a verbal commitment from them. You could ask,
please promise me that you will not harm yourself or act on any thoughts of suicide until you meet with a professional.
Get a verbal commitment that the person will not act upon thoughts of suicide until they have met with a professional. Next, let's get the person some help. You could say,
I understand if it feels awkward to go see a counselor, but why don't we go see someone that can help?
Help the person get to the help they need by taking them either to the chaplain, to their chain of command, or if you have to the emergency room. If they don't want to go anywhere, then it'll be important for you to pick up the phone and call the military crisis line number, 1-800-273-8255, and then press 1. I think it's also important for us to talk about the things that we shouldn't say. For example,
you're not thinking about suicide, are you? Or you're not thinking about doing something stupid, are you?
Don't ask in a way that indicates you want no for an answer. Don't say things like this.
Fine. If you want to be selfish and kill yourself, then go right ahead. See if I care.
Don't tell the person to do it. You may want to shout in frustration or anger, but this is the most dangerous thing that you can say. You also don't want to say,
don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Your secret is safe with me.
Don't promise secrecy because you can't. The person may say they don't want you to tell anybody that they're suicidal, but instead you should say this.
I care about you too much to keep a secret like this. You need help, and I am here to help you get it.
You may be concerned that they're going to be upset with you, but when someone's life is at risk, it is more important to ensure their safety. You're not alone in helping someone in crisis. There are many resources out there available to assess, treat, and intervene. Crisis hotlines, counselors, chaplains, intervention programs, and more are available to you, as well as to the person experiencing the emotional crisis.
Remember, it's up to each and every single one of us to make a difference.
Because you have the power to make a difference. You have the power to save a life. This is your unit ministry team. We hope you have enjoyed this training video. We hope it gives you the tools that will help you make a difference in someone's life.
From the beginning.
Proud and ready. God bless.